folks, there is something else we want to hit before we get out of here. And it is something that is making my house a little bit more fun. I don't know if it's making your house a little bit more fun, but I haven't gotten the opportunity to use Alexa Plus just yet. But we do have some Alexa devices here. Me and Coach was just talking about that mute mic button on the bottom of that Alexa, right? I'm always turning it off, and my kids are running upstairs trying to use it. They're like, "It's not working, Dad." I'm like, "Look, I don't want anybody jumping in on the conversation." But there's a little spot here in this blog that talks about security and how that's being handled. But yeah, Coach, what are y'all doing at the house as far as Alexa?
Yeah, it's funny when I mentioned the next generation of Alexa to my youngest daughter. She jokingly reminded me years ago when she got the first Echo device and brought it into the house when she was in high school. I was dead set against it, right? It was an absolute no, don't plug it in until I investigated, research what's going on. And the funny part about that is now that she herself is in cybersecurity, she brought it back to me and I had a good laugh because I said, you know what? That's right. You've got to understand how the devices work, right? How the technology works before you just bring it into your home.
Absolutely.
Before you start testing it, before you just jump into the deep end. And research is great about doing that, but you want to do it in a controlled environment, is the way that I say. But one of the things, again, I'm all in. I need a new assistant. And so and I jokingly, I think I made a post a couple of days ago, and it reminded me of, I watch The Godfather at least once a year, like during Thanksgiving for some reason. I don't know if it's wrapping up to a family get together. I'll watch all three back to back. And it's that Godfather 3 where it says, just when I thought I was out, they pull me back in. and that's how I felt when I read this announcement. I was like, oh man, I thought I was, no big deal. But then I was like, oh, this is great. Yeah, I want to be able to engage and talk and wake up in the morning and Alexa is helping me get my day started.
Yes.
And so I'm actually all in because I look at things to understand, what is the security implication to me? Where is the data going? How is the data being collected? How is that being used? And the reality of it is, if you try to move away from the tech, I don't want to say that this is a disruptive technology. AI has become a disruptive technology, but it's no different than what cloud did years ago. It's no different than what the internet did. It's no different than what CDs did to tapes. And I've talked about that before, right?
Very similar.
But again, if you don't ride the wave, you're going to feel more inadequate. You're going to feel more challenged when it's time to now use these services. You're going to become apprehensive. You're just going to feel that you're being left behind for some reason for some people. So why not embrace it? Why not be part of the conversation? Why not be curious? Again, one of our leadership principles, learn and be curious. And if you stay curious, then it becomes less of a battle. It becomes more of, oh, wow, I didn't know. Wow, okay, I can use that here. I can use this functionality, or maybe I can make it better because maybe someone didn't recognize that this was an issue over here. And so it just boils back to, just when I thought I was out, Alexa pulls me back in. My budget, I will see what happens there. But I'm all in. I'm looking forward to the next generation and where it allows to. I love the multi-streaming Echo devices, or the multi, because I've got Ring cameras all over, like it's Fort Knox here. But it's one of those things where, again, I love where things are going, and I love the fact that my kids, my family, they're reminding me of, remember when you didn't let us do this? And here you are now.
Look, I told you.
Gotta love it.
Yeah. No, I love this thing, folks. And for all the right reasons, right? All the reasons that Coach Charisma just talked about. Read this article. A lot of stuff comes out. I'm going to post 2 articles in relation to this, right? And I can see a lot of advantages. We've been talking about a lot of things that Alexa is incorporating, this Alexa Plus initiative is incorporating. They're going to give you this dashboard, right? And if you want to tackle security, because you might be using these Echo Dots for your children, right? And you'll have a dashboard, and now you can start to say, I want to filter the content around this for my children as they're asking and requesting things from this bot. So you can do that. There's also knowledge bases. And I think that's pretty cool, right? You read this thing, it gives you an opportunity to pull up that desktop view. Can't do it from the phone. You got to have the desktop view. But you pull it up on some computer, and now you can start to load up the kids' homework. And now you have variations on how they can tackle what they're going through in school. I think one of the examples on the article talks about uploading the homework PDFs or whatever documentation that you have and creating quizzes out of the homework and creating additional games around the homework. And I thought that was excellent. And it's actually
Right.
something that I use internally with the team sometimes. But
Mhm.
yeah, it's awesome that not only has Alexa improved reasoning for you to talk to it, but it also allows you to use retrieval augmented generation and set up some guardrails. It really just aligns to everything that we've been talking about. So I think it's super awesome.